Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm going to get back to you later, especially on the mini grid example you have mentioned. That's really interesting. And you know, here also with us, we have Munif with the IFC. And I have a question for you. You know, we're talking about risk, we're talking about guarantee, and then you know the question is, what realistic tools are available today to provide payment security and reduce credit risk? For example, you know, guarantee escrow account, donor-backed finances, and how can they be used in balanced way, especially in the context of the current fiscal situation in Yemen?
Okay, thank you. The major risk for the private sector in operating in Yemen would be the offtake risk. So the best assurance for the private sector is to find a reliable and trustworthy partner in the government. We've been working with the governments for some time, and we see dynamism in the government where they are working and taking serious steps to be the right partner and to send the right signals to the market. In terms of de-risking tools, we have several tools that can be utilized in order to de-risk any investment and to attract foreign investments or domestic investments into the sector. So we can use de-risking tools to reduce to provide concessional financing to a project, which alleviates some of the financial burden on the project. It makes it more financially viable. That reflects on the cost of investment, and it enables investments, especially in piloted projects, early market entrants, and it helps on for proof of concept in several projects. So these can be done to promote and to catalyze investments in a certain direction, and this is where the entire country with the Ministry of Electricity and the Yemeni government is going in order to promote investments in rural and urban areas. We can also talk about some of the tools that we utilize here in the World Bank Group. We can provide first loss guarantees on projects, on certain projects. And this reflects on the riskiness of the project itself, where it makes it easier to finance and cheaper to finance such projects. And with the, with the cooperation with the international community, we could look at greater coordination in order to mobilize funds where we can channel investments to meaningful projects. We are looking at projects of high probability of investment, and this sets the precedence for future projects where we have a proof of concept, we have select projects that are well placed and would make good economic sense, and these can be used as a roadmap for future projects and to expand there. And with mobilization, we can encourage other DFIs, development financial institutions, to open up the Yemeni market. For example, IFC, about 2 years ago, we had a deal with one of the leading Yemeni firms in Yemen, and we mobilized $20 million from FMO. That's the Dutch arm for investment. And that was their first investment in the country. We're currently looking at others. I'm not going to name names now until it's more solid, but it's a proven concept where DFIs might look at the risk bracket of Yemen, and it can be a deterrent. So under the umbrella of an organization and a multilateral institution that has already worked in Yemen, is already familiar with the risk bracket and the drivers of risk and fragility in the country, it can open up the door for them to invest with others. And then in the future, our aim is to open up the Yemeni market so that DFIs and other investors, providers of capital, can do it on their own. So the aim is to open up the market. But I want to underline that the best and the most effective de-risking tool is the Yemeni government, where if the private sector can find in the Yemeni government the right partner to work with, that would be the underlying foundation for any investment. And we have been working with the Yemeni government, and we found the right partner, and we are optimistic for the future. Thank you.